Hi, in this video, our last in the series, I'll talk about how we convey information to our workers. Our instructions for packaging take the form of visual constructs, turning most of these jobs into matching exercises. These jigs serve the purpose of translating what may be abstract directions into concrete visuals. They allow our workers to be successful and independent. Not all jigs are appropriate or necessary for every worker. We strive for the least restrictive aids for each worker. Take, for example, the jigs used by Danny and Ahmad when packaging task 31, stretch. The parts package for task 31 contains 10 yellow loops, 10 blue loops, 10 green loops, 10 red loops, 4 small Velcro coins, and 4 6-inch dowels. Ahmad needs maximum visual structure in order to complete this task successfully. He places one loop of the same color in each of the 10 small containers. He can see when all the containers have one loop, he's completed that part of the task. He also has a designated place to put 4 Velcro coins and 4 dowels. Ahmad can clearly see when he has all the parts laid out and ready for bagging. This may take longer, but this jig has opened a door for him to do this task, and that is worth way more than time. Danny is able to retain information and is good at sequencing events, so he uses this folder jig when packaging this task. He counts out 10 yellow loops from the nearby bin and places them in the circle. He then places them in the bag and goes on to the next color. Danny is able to package all the loops in this manner. Because he does occasionally get distracted, he needs this visual to stay focused. Since he reads and counts, the amounts for the Velcro and dowels is written on the folder, and he has no trouble completing the package for this task. 2 different people, 2 different skill sets, 2 different ways of conveying the same information. We have another employee on the spectrum where all the information is conveyed verbally and through written assignments. Highly intelligent, self-motivated, Jeffrey has responded well with written assignments that are checked off when completed before receiving another one. Reminders are written out if there is any confusion. Jeffrey is a wonderful worker and a person who exemplifies the power of the written word when it accompanies the verbal. We are now moving over to the brochure table. There are 2 brochures, each needing 2 inserts. This administrative activity goes in a left to right direction. Bins with the advanced and basic brochures without the inserts are on the left, while the bins on the right contain the brochures with inserts. If necessary, arrows help the worker navigate to each insert. The second insert needs to be folded in half prior to inserting it. If a worker has trouble folding the paper in half, a jig can be made to help them do so. However, to date, a demonstration has been sufficient for our staff. There are 2 models for what the finished brochures look like with inserts. The use of models is an effective aid to ensure the quality of the finished product. When you have employees on the autism spectrum, it is much easier to reduce the amount of structure over time than to add it because of overestimating their abilities. Our workshop is set up for adults with moderate to severe degree of autism. They understand the visual aids, organization, and routines that permeate the workshop. It's a comfort to them, and centering on children benefits not only by their productivity, but by the spirit they bring to the workplace. There is a largely untapped population of potentially skilled workers available for hire. Why is that so? I believe that sometimes it's an employer who might be wary of the unknown and not willing to go down that road. Often, it's the potential employee who, because of social challenges, does not go out seeking employment. Many of these individuals did well in school, where expectations were clear, the routines and structure comforting. The real world, however, changes constantly and support systems may be lacking. A supportive employer who seeks to understand and has an attitude that says, hey, we're going to make this work, can be a game changer for an individual on the spectrum. Once that relationship works, you'll wonder why you hadn't considered hiring someone on the spectrum much sooner. If you are in Asheville, North Carolina, please visit our shop. We'll be glad to show you around. If you have any questions about hiring an individual on the spectrum, let's talk. Perhaps we can come up with a way to do it. Thank you.